What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast. Today we're going to be taking a look at Week 3 of the NFL 2021 season. Thursday Night Football, Panthers and the Texans. I'm going to tell you guys this before we even get started with the podcast. I'm very impressed with the way that the Texans are playing. I don't know if it's a new head coach or whatever it is, but they're not that good of a team. But they look like they want to play for him. And that's something that I really love as an ex-athlete. Like, if you respect your coach, you go out there and you give it your all. And that's what these young men are doing out there, bro. And it's very, like, they're losing, but you can see that there's fight. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Deshaun Watson. I don't know what that situation is going to be, but we do know that he will never play for the Texans again. But they got to figure out a way to get rid of him and just get that situation out, because it's like a cloud that's always like a dark cloud that's always being brought up during the games, and it's kind of disgusting at this point. They got to figure out what they want to do, the suspensions, all that good stuff, and just get him off the team and let that team just rebuild. All right, because it's starting to get a little ridiculous when you watch the the actual gameplay. Now, Christian McCaffrey got hurt early in the game, and at first you thought that they were going to lose the game to the Texans because they had no idea what to do. It's like they didn't know how to football. Like, you know, like how, like, yo, bro, you're supposed to play football. Oh, we don't know how to football no more. Because Christian McCaffrey is at least 40 to 50% of that offense. So him going out was really bad. And, Sam Darnold wants to do bad things. It's like that Boondocks episode. If you guys ever watched that Aaron Magruder series, like he wants to do bad things, but not in the way that the Boondocks episode was. But he does bad things for the team. He wants to throw picks. He wants to fumble. He wants to do stuff like that. So you got to be very careful with that guy. I don't trust him. The Panthers being 3-0 is like a facade. Like, dude, like, you really see something, but it's not there, though. Because these guys are not going to be doing this much longer. I'm not hating on you Panthers fans. I'm just telling you guys the truth. I don't see what's like, dude, they're going to be getting manhandled very soon, but I don't know when that's coming. Obviously, like I said, they started off pretty well, but I just don't, like, look, just understand, bro. Sam Darnold is going to be Sam Darnold. It's a reason why they couldn't wait to get rid of him. And I know the Jets suck, but that's besides the point. Other than that, other guys stepped up. Hubbard stepped up a little bit, was getting some work in. DJ Moore had a really good game, but he had one, I guess you could say that was an overthrow late in the game to kind of seal it. I was trying to see, like, could he stretch out for it and get it at the end, like, to kind of seal it even more. But DJ Moore had an unbelievable game. If you guys played him in fantasy, you should have been able to get a suitable amount. For those of you guys that had Christian McCaffrey, I know you guys were raging. When somebody gets hurt and your fantasy team depends on it, it's a very bad experience. I don't know exactly, other than that, why people will be, raging. I've seen some really bad things about, what you guys do that are really into those, money fantasy leagues. But again, the young man is hurt. He has to get well. He has to get, rehab it up and get ready to go. But this team can't survive without Christian McCaffrey. CMC is the real deal, bro. Receiving, rushing, all that stuff. So they're going to have to figure that out. But again, they're 3-0 right now. Their defense is playing very well. Jaycee Horn was injured on a non-contact injury. If you guys go back and check it out, he's just backpedaling. And a lot of these injuries occur for different reasons, but, you got to be very lucky nowadays to make it through a season. That's why you got to give these guys credit that are able to go out there week in and week out and just battle, because everybody's a little nicked up. It's the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But when you get injured, like running out of bounds randomly by yourself, nobody's touching you, or you just backpedal like this guy, first round pick, it's tough, man. This is really tough, because I think he adds a different dimension to that defense. Obviously with the way the team is going right now at 3-0, I myself don't expect them to continue to play like that, but I think he contributed defensively to get that done. But as far as like the blitzing and everything going on, Lovie Smith, listen, dude, it is a wild defense. I'll give them credit for that. They play like savages. Like, the number of sacks that they have, like 14, 15, like, bro, it's only like 3 weeks. Like, who the hell are they playing and what's going on? How are you getting that many sacks defensively? But you can see they're getting the ball back for their offense, and if Christian McCaffrey is there, you have the opportunity to score every time. Going into the next couple of weeks, we have to see how that injury progresses. I don't really like their chances with Sam Darnold being the lead guy and just dropping back and throwing the ball, because it just doesn't work out. It's not going to be a situation that you guys want to be a part of. Now, when we jump over to the Texans, right? Davis Mills had one drive where I was like, oh my goodness, this young man can play. And, that was it. They were blitzing the hell out of him. He's a very tough young man, bro. Look, dude, he got hit so hard, I thought his neck was going to drop off. Like, bro, how does the neck go without the head? Like, dude, it was his own, like, the helmet was like smashed in and didn't want to have anything to do with the hit that happened. It was real wild. He got right back up and kept throwing. This young man is going to be really good. Brandon Cooks, you got to give him a lot of credit. The guy is still playing very, very hard, despite the fact that there's no Deshaun Watson. So that's why I bring that up, because we don't know what's going on with that, but we do know that eventually he's going to be suspended. Whoever gets him in a trade or whatever happens, he's going to be suspended because they have different rules. Obviously, they got, the NFL commissioner could do whatever he wants. This, the whole situation going on with Deshaun is it's a bad look for the NFL. So regardless of what happens, if he's innocent, guilty, whatever, you're going to still be suspended. Like, you know what I'm saying? Roger Goodell doesn't play that, bro. He's like homie from, In Living Color. He don't play that. So once your name comes up, dudes are getting suspended. It doesn't matter. He needs to get off that team now. The Texans has to make a move. They have to figure out, because I think that they're ready to move on. I'm not saying Davis Mills is like, he's Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson is, obviously an unbelievable quarterback. But as a pocket passer and a guy that can make reads, that one drive, I saw something in him where I'm like, all right, he can be good in this league. And he's tough. He has that grit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of players don't have that grit where you're ready to get smashed up and get right back up and get to the action. I love that in him. I love. It's certain things that I'll see where I'll give the players credit. I love the way he battled. And I think the Texans are not getting a lot of credit for what they've been able to do with all the foolishness that's been surrounding them. Like, we got to be honest with, like, the team does suck, but I was shocked to see them go, like, to start off the season 1-0 like that. That's huge. That's fight. These guys are still professionals. And again, like I said, Brandon Cooks is pretty much their go-to guy right now with 112 yards, 9 receptions on 11 targets. I would continue to try to work this out, but I think they're going to have to make that move sooner than later, as far as like either trade Deshaun or just release him, because you have to move on. Everything that that has happened with this team, you right now have the opportunity for this new head coach to go out there and start to rebuild. Everything is not going to work out the way you intended with Deshaun Watson. You tried, it didn't work out. It is what it is. You have to move on. And that was the biggest thing that I got from this team, just watching them. Like, some people at the beginning of the game, they were like, oh my God, this team is so trash. And then as the game progressed, you started to respect them a little bit more, because you know that they're struggling. You know that they're not playing at 100%, and they weren't coming into the season. You're losing a premier quarterback in Watson. So this is looking really, really good in my, from my point of view. Even with all the blitzes and stuff that was going on, rookie quarterback out there, I think they were suitable enough to show that they have fight. But as far as the Panthers go, those two injuries, Jaycee and Christian McCaffrey, they had another guy go down. But this right here, it's very, very bad. I don't like the Panthers' chances going forward, depending on what the injury comes back as for McCaffrey. But I'll keep you guys up to date with that, or you guys already know. And pretty much I'll see you guys over the weekend when we watch those Sunday games, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. Gonna see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.